Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Wilda Connect, and I am the Assistant Director of International Student Services here at Hanover College. And I'm very happy to be here and celebrate some of the changes that we've made over the past few years in terms of resources and meeting the needs of our international students throughout their time at Hanover, and then as alumni members as well. So before we really get into the meat of the presentation today, I do want to have a moment to allow Dr. Lambert to say a few words. He's been incredibly supportive of this transition and adding in these support services. So I want to thank you for that support that you and the college have provided to the international students and to my office. And I will hand it over to you.
Great. Well, thank you, Wilda, and thanks everyone for joining us here today. I'm pleased to welcome you and to this time to learn more about some of the exciting things that we're doing for our international students and what we've been able to accomplish under Wilda's leadership. We've seen increases in international student enrollment, increases in international student retention, creation of a one-stop shop where international students can find a variety of support and services, and then also ways that we can help our international students find postgraduate success and do great things after they leave Hanover. So we're really excited about the direction that we're going. I also want to thank Arab Arthur, who is here with us today from the class of 2017. She's on our Alumni Leadership Council. And then also Christy Hughes, who is the Director of Alumni Relations at the college, and for allowing us to have this event and to be able to share some of the exciting things that Wilda has been doing and the things that we're able to offer to our students and let our alumni know about these exciting new developments. So that's really my role here today. And so I'll turn it back over to Wilda to start sharing all this news about what's been going on these last couple years and months.
Thank you. So before we get started with some of the information that we're here to present today, I do want to do some housekeeping items. So feel free, this is, just like it would be at a Hanover classroom, a come and go conversation. So feel free to unmute to ask questions if you want to. If you want to ask something anonymously, you can direct message Christy Hughes, and she'll ask that on your behalf when it's appropriate time to ask. And then if you also want to put kind of like rolling questions or things in the chat just throughout the presentation, feel free to. But we'll sort of pause after each info dump to give you a chance to ask some questions about what you've just learned about. So I do want to kick off the presentation by saying it's been a true honor to work with our international students this past 2 years in this capacity. And I'm very excited to see what year 3 has to bring with the program and with some of these changes that the students are well received right now. So I will go ahead and hand it off to Araba if you want to go over the agenda for some of the things we're going to talk about, and then we'll just go from there.
So today we're going to talk about some of the updates that Wilda and her office has been working on and some of the support services that are there for current international students and alumni, and how you can get involved as an alumni of Hanover College. And I hope all of you enjoy what we have to bring to you, because we're trying to get a lot of our international alumni more involved in all that the college has got going on. So stay tuned. Oh, and my name is Araba Arthur, as Wilda already said. I'm a member of the class of 2017. I'm also the alumni representative to the Alumni Leadership Council, the ALC. I currently work as a geologist for Langen Engineering in the New York, New Jersey area, and I'm glad to be here today.
We are also glad to have you here today, Araba. So, and I mentioned earlier, my name is Wilda Connect. I am the Assistant Director of International Student Services. I too am a graduate from the class of 2017, so I have a love for the campus and the initiatives that we're putting out front here, and very thrilled to be serving this population. So we have a short video, and I may have to stop my share and then reshare it because I think I forgot to click the little magical button that allows the sound to come through. So I apologize for that glitch, but all is well we've been on Zoom for too long that we start forgetting to push the buttons. So this video sort of highlights basically the past 2 years in a nutshell, what sort of things have been developed through my office, by students, by interns, by collaborations with other offices. So we're going to watch this quick little video, and then afterwards we'll have a moment to let it digest and ask whatever questions you have. Okay, so while that's sort of digesting, if you have any questions, you can pop it in the chat, but that shows some of the work that we've been able to complete over the past few years in just setting up some resources. I want to highlight a few things before we move on to the next slide. And one of those is the My Hanover Hub. So we all love our My Hanover portal and use it to go and find resources, but now international students, including alumni, as long as you still have your active login, you've used your Hanover email within the past year, you will have access to My Hanover and can see what sort of resources are available to you, even as an alum. And I do have a specific tab for seniors and alumni to help stay connected. So if that's something that you want to explore, feel free to do so. And then another thing that I wanted to maybe point out is a few statistical points in terms of what sort of needs were assessed as priority when I first came in. And the biggest thing was the tax filing sessions and assistance in understanding that, as well as employment, and then lastly, OPT processes. So this may not mean a whole lot to some of the people on the call that never had to go through that process, but I'm very, very thrilled to announce that in this past year, we had a 100% tax filing compliance with financial assistance towards those who owed taxes or those who had to pay for filing taxes through a couple of partnerships and through some other funds that are available on campus. So that was phenomenal. And we also currently have 8 students on OPT within the United States, and 1 is on a STEM extension OPT. And in the past 2 years, anyone who's applied for OPT has been able to receive that authorization. So we have 100% OPT placement right now. And so I'm very excited about those numbers. And it just goes to show what some solid resources can do for somebody. All right. I kind of touched on some of the support services that we have been introducing to students, but essentially what I like to tell people is when I came in and we sort of developed this office and worked together as a campus to see what needs were out there for international students, I let the students direct my to-do list. I asked them what they needed, and that's where I started. So that's where we came in with the tax information sessions, and we came in with, I apologize, I apparently have my phone ringer on. Sorry. So we came in with the tax information sessions and creating the one-stop shop on My Hanover. And then there was a lot of concern because of the pandemic and what sort of resources were available to students while they were sort of remaining on campus, truly on their home away from home endeavor because of the pandemic and the ability of them not to go home. So we talked about some of the break programming options for students in the Global Scholars House, in the Home Away from Home Fund, which is a gift fund created by the class of 2019, and how that has allowed students to create a better sense of community here during those academic breaks, but then also during the regular school year as well. Rob, I'll let you handle this one.
Yeah, so I'm going to go over some resources for alumni, just to remind all of us of what the resources that you can still get from Hanover as an alum. I would like to highlight the Career Center. So as a reminder, the Career Center is there to help with your job search, your resume. Whether you're in the US or not, you can reach out to the Career Center and they'll help you edit your resume, your job search. They're also a big resource if you're applying to graduate school in the US. They can help you put together your application. I've used it, they're great. I'll recommend it to everyone. And as Wilda already mentioned, her office is also a great resource if you're still on OPT. Doing all that paperwork and filing, keeping up, we're making sure you're up to date with USCIS can be a hassle, and I know she's there to provide that support. I also like to mention, as a member of the ALC, that the Alumni Leadership Council is for all alumni. They're probably the biggest resource that you could ever get to network or to help out with any issues that you may have, any questions you may have concerning enrollment or anything that's currently going on, any questions I have what's currently going on in campus, reaching out to me or any of the ALC members. Anyone should be able to help you if you have any issues. Also, I would like to mention, I think Chrissy just put in the message about the Facebook group. We have an international alumni Facebook group. If you're not a member, you can find us on Facebook and join the group. We are trying to get a community of all alumni from different years. I feel like it would be great to see throughout the years the people who have gone through Hanover. So if you're not already a member of the Facebook, please join. Also, I want to highlight the coach mentorship program. I'm currently a coach mentor and I love being a mentor. It's a great way to be able to help out or be a resource for a current international student. So you can always sign up to be a mentor. We're always looking for mentors. I'm pretty sure Christy will agree with me that we're always looking for, especially younger alumni. We're looking for younger alumni who'll be able to mentor and provide their network to current students. Homecoming is also coming up in October. This year, Wilda's office is going to have a tent specifically for international students and alums. So I'd like to officially open it up to everyone to invite you. If you're able to join us, please make it a point to join us this October on campus. I would love to see you. I'm going to be there, so I'd love to see everyone join us. And for alumni events, and if you like to host, if you're in the US and you like to host any alumni events, you can reach out to the alumni office and they'll help you out with that, especially, and also like Panther Perks. There are some discounts that you get as an alum. So if you go on the website, the Hanover website, you'll be able to find out more about that. Oh, and yeah, you can contact Chrissy at alumni.hanover.edu.
There's lots of ways to be involved as alum. I think one of the things that is difficult is, you know, if you leave the country feeling like you're not connected, I mean, it's hard even being in the States, sometimes feeling like you're not connected. So we really, really encourage you to get involved in whatever way that looks like, even if it's, you know, coming to these presentations or reading the newsletters or just maybe throwing out suggestions, even if you can attend, of something that you think might be enjoyable to alum in the area, and offering up your expertise in your area with that coach mentor program. So absolutely stay involved. That helps us be better for each and every class that comes after us. I mentioned briefly about the Global Scholars Program, but I want to sort of highlight what that really means and what that program looks like, because I don't think is a resource that we openly talk about. But the Global Scholars House is, we use File House during the closed academic breaks to provide free accommodations to those who apply. So it's not restricted to international students only. It's open to all students on campus, but the majority of the students applying for these positions are international students. And so we specifically chose File House because of the community-based housing arrangement that it provides with the living room situation and then the full kitchen, right? So having the ability to share culture and food and in conversation and just having that free time together. So part of what makes that Global Scholars House so successful and some of our ongoing break program with the entire campus is a fund called the Home Away from Home Fund. So this fund helps us provide essential grocery shoppings for certain students, or sometimes if we want to get off campus a little bit, it's hard to be stuck on campus all the time, helping provide things such as transportation to an event so that students can sort of enjoy their break while they may not be able to travel home because of the distance or the cost. They can still have some fun in the local area, as well as enriching their experience overall, getting to meet new people. So if you're looking to get involved as an alum, a great way to do so and to give back to maybe a group of students that you resonate with would be the Home Away from Home Fund. And then Araba, do you want to talk a little bit about the
Sure.
Sankofa Fund?
Sure. So the Sankofa International Expandable Scholarship was set up by three alumni, Mike, Nana, and Edwin, and they disperse $1,000 a year to three students. They basically set up the fund to help with the fluctuation exchange rates that they experience as students. So to support current students, they set up this fund so they'll be able to give back basically to the students. You can support them by searching for the Sankofa International Expandable Fund at hanover.edu/giving. You have to search for the name of the fund and then donate. I support the fund because as an international student, I understand what it's like. So they would appreciate any amount that you're able to give.
Yeah. All right. And I think this leaves us with plenty of room for any questions about any of the topics that we've covered today, or if you have suggestions of things that you aren't sure are available to students on campus that you would have liked to see. I'm open to it all. Feel free to unmute or drop them in the chat. I think I have one more slide too. Oh yes. In case you would like to have the Facebook information. Are there any more questions or anything you guys want to know? Thank you, Melba. If you're interested in the Sankofa Fund, you can also select other and type in that name. So that way you can make sure your donation goes to the destination you want. Okay.
Okay, if we don't have any questions, I would like to thank everyone for attending. We really appreciate you spending this time with us this afternoon. As we continue to increase our opportunities for international students and alumni, we will continue to update you by email and our websites and all our social media pages. Please make sure to check out the Facebook page. Thank you so much for coming today. It was lovely seeing you all. Bye.
Mhm.